Hello and welcome to Gutted. I'm Elise.
And I'm Tony, and we're here to spill our guts about horror films.
Yup. Happy fortnight till Halloween. Not the game. The fortnight that means 2 weeks. Because there are like 2 weeks till Halloween.
I didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. Tony, what are you dressed as this fortnight eve?
I am a very...
Low budget.
I'm a pretty casual pumpkin.
Casual pumpkin.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to wear my gaff tape pumpkin sweater for days.
I think you had that as a Halloween costume one year where you needed something last minute. I don't know where you had that orange sweater from.
This was yours.
Oh.
You had some art project where you had to be in orange, like all orange. And
no, didn't someone get that for me?
No.
Are you sure it wasn't a gift?
I am positive because you had an orange beanie and you needed a bright orange sweater because you're going to dress like in bright orange and go into the woods. And
yeah, so I wouldn't get shot.
Very safe. Yeah. And you didn't want it anymore. So then I took it and I put it on, and it was around Halloween and there was a bunch of gaff tape lying around, and I just kind of like started putting it on my sweater, and it ended up being a really good pumpkin, and I haven't washed it. Because I'm afraid. I'm actually really proud of this gaff tape pumpkin. We always have several costumes leading up to Halloween. And so this one is like our low budget option. And this beanie that I'm wearing was actually part of my Ghoulies costume from last year.
So if you remember, if you watched our Halloween Spooktacular 2023, where we did a showdown with 13 movies that take place on actual Halloween. So you can check that out if you haven't seen it.
And we are dressed as a ghoulie and a toilet.
That's right.
I was a ghoulie.
This is a less committed costume. Honestly, it's not really a costume. It's a t-shirt.
Why didn't you want to say that you were a toilet? You just ran over that.
I'm trying to forget that I went and dressed as a toilet.
You were a really good toilet.
It was a good costume. I really enjoyed it. But if I strayed even 10 feet away from you, then I'm just a toilet now. I'm not an awesome Ghoulies costume.
But it's still funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghoulie and toilet, that was last year. This year, this is our casual, low budget pumpkin. And Tony, where'd you get your beanie?
My aunt made it.
She made it. And I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
A little nice light green pumpkin stem beanie.
Hand knitted.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because we are dressed as our casual pumpkins, I had to drink from my pumpkin mug. And the best thing to put in the pumpkin mug, shout out to Get to Steeping, one of my favorite tea makers. They have this Final Girl tea that is delicious. It's like an Earl Grey. Anyway, I'm running low on it, obviously. So this is the occasion where I drink my Final Girl.
Well, if you'd like some Final Girl tea, you can find them on Instagram. And I'm sure they have links to where you can purchase some of their tea.
Yeah, Get to the number 2 Steeping.
And another shout out for today's episode. The entire basis of our episode is based off of the Instagram user Horror Movie Stills, and they have compiled a wonderful list of 31 days of Halloween movies.
Many lists.
Right. So a lot of people out in social media world do compile these sort of custom lists where it's almost like an advent calendar style. What am I going to watch 31 days leading up to Halloween? Horror Movie Stills put out a really comprehensive list of all of the different streaming sites.
Yeah, we have Netflix, Shudder, Max, Hulu, Prime Video, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Screambox, Criterion Collection, and Mubi. Not to be confused with Tubi.
They are missing Tubi.
They're missing Tubi.
Yes, but they have so many movies to choose from. It's sort of acts like a horror movie decider. If you're indecisive about what to watch leading up to Halloween, you can check out their post. I believe it is pinned. So at Horror Movie Stills, we'll have the link to that in the description and in the show notes. So make sure to go check that out. That is what we were basing our Spooktacular Showdown today off of.
So many movies, so little time, so many streaming sites also. So we've whittled it down to 5. We will only be looking at the lists for Netflix, Shudder, Max, Hulu, and Prime.
We're going to pit 5 movies against each other, and then we are going to choose which one we will be watching.
And we've printed the streaming site on the back, so we won't know until the end of the episode which streaming site that we've chosen from the most. So it'll kind of be like a twofold. It'll be like, we're picking these movies that we're going to watch in these 13 or so days leading up to Halloween. And at the end, we'll count to see which streaming site prevailed, which one we will be watching the most, and that will get our golden gut.
Which one gets the golden gutted spooktacular award
streaming award
for spookiest 31 nights of Halloween.
Yeah, just so we're not over explaining this too much, let's start with an example. So starting with October 18th.
Yeah, exactly. Let's start with an example because I'm confused.
Yeah. So this is our example round, October 18th. I believe that is 13 days till Halloween. October 18th will be 13 days until Halloween. So
is it?
Day 31 is 0. Therefore, October 18th is 13 days till Halloween.
Oh.
We will end up with 13 movies total in the end, not including the example. So
Got it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't
I was
matter.
sorry. I knew I was going to get confused. Okay. So this is how it's going to work. We are first going to Rochambeau.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right. Elise has won with rock over scissors. So that means that she is going to get to decide which of these 5 movies is going to come with us to our Halloween desert island.
Our Halloween spooktacular haunted house.
Halloween spectacular haunted house.
Haunted island.
What's the criteria for selecting? What are you looking for here? Are you looking for the best horror movie,
Honestly,
the scariest?
I think I'm going to go for the one that I want to see before Halloween.
Okay.
Because I haven't been able to watch too many. I mean, I've actually been watching quite a bit, but not as many, not more than I normally would. So I need to get cracking.
So this could be something that maybe you've been wanting to see, or maybe like you've seen a movie a bunch recently, so you're wanting to switch it up. Or maybe you're feeling on a certain day you want to be surprised.
Yeah, maybe 4 of them I've seen a lot, and then one of them I haven't, but I've been curious about.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the one that I want to watch on that particular day before Halloween.
Yes. And we encourage you to play along. You can find the list and you can also select which movie you would be watching. This is the example. So this one's not actually coming with us, but this is for the 18th. So this might possibly be tonight's movie. Mm-hmm. We'll see. All right, Elise, your choices are Underwater. You have One Cut of the Dead, Saw, We Summoned the Darkness, or Woman of the Hour. The other thing is some of these movies we might not know what they are. I have preloaded a little bit of a description here. If you would like a description on any of these movies, I will provide you with one.
Woman of the Hour. Oh, I've heard of that one. Underwater, have not heard of that one. One Cut of the Dead, love it. Saw, that's a good one. We Summoned the Darkness, that's a good one too. Okay, I'm going to say on the 18th, perhaps that is a day to choose something that I have not seen. However, Woman of the Hour seems more like a thriller. You know what? I'm gonna go for One Cut of the Dead.
Okay. But
Yeah.
you've seen that.
I've seen that one, and
That's
I like
not
it.
how I thought that was going to go at all. It seemed like you were leaning towards the movie that you haven't seen.
I know, but then when I thought about it, okay, wait, give me the description for Underwater.
The description for Underwater.
Is it a shark movie?
A crew of oceanic researchers working for a deep sea drilling company try to get safety after a mysterious earthquake devastates the deep water research and drilling facility located at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Oh, wait, is that the one with Kristen Stewart?
With Kristen Stewart,
Oh, I've
Vincent
seen that.
Cassell.
Actually, I have seen Underwater. It was good. I don't want to watch on the 18th.
So that's how this is going to work. If we need to call a lifeline because it's a movie we haven't heard of,
we just don't remember, because I actually have seen Underwater, but it's kind of a forgettable title. Therefore, I don't want to watch it. It was really between Saw or One Cut of the Dead. I feel like I'm going to go with One Cut of the Dead.
All right. One Cut of the Dead. Very good. We have our first movie, although that was a practice round, so it doesn't actually
come. But we might watch it anyway because
yeah, exactly.
Because wait a minute, isn't it like the 20th anniversary of Saw?
2004, yeah, it is the 20th anniversary.
It's the 20th, and I have to pick Saw. Sorry.
So you're changing. Well, it doesn't matter. It's the practice round, so
everything matters. Fine. Everything matters. Okay, I'm going for Saw because it's the 20th anniversary, and I haven't seen it in a while, and it's a practice round. So Saw gets my choice.
All right, we're going with Saw. It's a great way to start off the fortnight.
If we were counting this, Max would get a point on the tally Max, towards the end.
Yeah, they do have a lot of classics.
I'll give it a point, but I'll put a circle around it so we know that was the practice.
So it does matter or doesn't matter? I'm confused.
I don't know.
All right. Let's just go with it. That's included. Yes, we're bringing Saw along.
Saw on October 18th is what we'll watch, and Max gets a point. All right. So now it's Tony's turn.
Now it's my turn. All right.
October 19th, you have The Perfection.
Okay.
Aliens.
Okay. Classic.
The Lure.
Haven't heard of that one.
Oh, no. Ooh, The Third Day in October, Part 5.
Does that mean I have to watch the other 4? Yeah, haven't heard of that one either.
And Hellraiser.
Wow, a classic. Mm-hmm. All right. That's an easy choice for me. Although I am curious about The Lure and The Third Saturday in October, Part 5, because I think this would be the third Saturday in October. I have a feeling that this is like pointed, but it's a sequel and I haven't seen the other one, so I'm less inclined to go with that. Aliens, always a classic, but you know what? I am gonna go with one of my favorite horror movies, Hellraiser. Always a good watch.
And what is that streaming site?
That's streaming on Prime. I'm assuming that this is the original because I actually didn't look to see if Prime is streaming the remake. I'm going to assume that this is the original Hellraiser from the 80s.
Unless otherwise indicated, we're going to assume it's the original.
That's right. Prime, that gets my vote. Yes.
Okay.
So far, it's stacking up to be a great Halloween. All right, next we have the 20th, and that is 11 days till Halloween. Elise, it is your choice. So you get to choose the third Saturday in October.
Part
1.
Oh, okay.
Although now I'm like curious, where are part 2 through 4? Do they exist? I don't know. We have The Lighthouse, the Robert Eggers black and white film. We have The Invitation, and I actually looked this one up because there are 2 movies called The Invitation. Yeah. There's the Karen Kusama one. We also have the vampire one that came out recently, and this is the vampire one from The Invitation. The Invitation from 2022.
Okay.
You also have the choice of Lake Mungo or Creep. Ooh. So here are your choices. Choose wisely.
Okay. I'm not going to choose the third Saturday in October.
But you are curious about it, right?
I've seen most of it.
Oh, okay.
Fell asleep for the last 10 minutes.
Ooh, okay. Well, maybe you were extra tired.
I could have been extra tired. Nothing against this. Yeah. The third Saturday in October.
That's the thing with streaming at home is whenever you're watching the movie, you're always like really comfortable. Maybe the lights are out.
And it definitely had a vibe. You know, it was like a nice throwback, low budget Halloween kind of a movie vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in the mood right now. Not in the mood for The Lighthouse either. Not that it's not a good movie. Invitation, nah. Okay, so it's between...
We saw that in the theaters. It was okay.
It's okay. It's between Lake Mungo and Creep.
Do you want some Mark Duplass action?
The only reason why I'm choosing Creep is because I've only seen it once and I was very much annoyed by it. It's been a long time since I've seen it though.
So it's a revenge watch.
It's kind of like, do I still dislike it as much as I did at the time?
So it's more like research.
It's like research to see if I can change my mind. It came out and everyone was just going crazy about it or crazy over it. And I was like, oh, not into it. And now it's been a while. So I will give it another chance on this 20th of October.
Yeah. Lake Mungo's also a great choice.
And I know I like
a
Lake Mungo.
mockumentary. Yeah. We've seen it recently.
Like if this was like a desert island, I can only watch one of these, it would have been Lake Mungo. But this is like a haunted house just for this year situation. So I will pick Creep.
All right. Next year, Lake Mungo's coming with us.
Yeah. So Creep is streaming on, Netflix.
Netflix. Wow. Okay. Netflix has some representation on our list. I was a little curious to see if Netflix would make it on to the list because I personally feel like Netflix has been slightly lacking in the horror category lately, although they do have some classics on there. So,
The fact that they have 31 and Horror Movie Stills has found 31 decent movies. I don't know, 31 movies to go on their list. Then
I don't know about decent, but there are 31 movies.
People love Creep. For the 21st of October, you have Oddity.
Haven't seen it, but I've heard so many great things about it.
Slaughterhouse.
Loved it. That's a good one.
Pet Cemetery.
Classic.
Mm-hmm. And again, we're going to assume the original.
Yeah.
1922.
I did not know what 1922 was, so
Neither
I'm going to go for the quick synopsis. 1922 was made in 1922.
Shut up.
No, just kidding. It was made in 2017. A simple yet proud farmer in the year 1922 conspires to murder his wife for financial gain, convincing his teenager son to assist. But their actions have unintended consequences. Ooh. Directed by Zach Hilditch. It's a Stephen King adaptation, maybe?
Really?
Okay, yeah, I did not know that.
Interesting. Okay. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh, man. Okay, that's like one of my childhood classics.
Yeah.
It's up there with Ernest Scared Stupid. I used to watch this over and over again. I love Pet Cemetery. That is probably one of the creepier Stephen King movies, mostly because of the little boy.
Oh, boy.
Slaughterhouse is a lot of fun. Oddity, I'm very curious about. Dang it. Okay, so I'm between Elvira and Oddity, but I really do want to watch Elvira because I don't think I've seen it in at least a couple of years. I think it was on randomly somewhere and I saw half of it.
It's one of those that comes on randomly and you're like, haha.
And I love it. It's such a funny and great movie. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go with Oddity because this is one that I've been wanting to see. It's been on my list. And I've heard such great things about it. So
Same.
Oddity is coming with us.
Oddity. And that is on Shudder, our first Shudder representation.
Nice.
So now the only streaming site that doesn't have something on the board is Hulu.
Hulu. All right, Hulu, you can do this. I know we've just watched 2 movies on Hulu.
Yeah, Huluween.
So next we have from the 22nd, October 22nd, happens to be Elise's birthday. So I'm glad this worked out this way because now you get to choose which film you are going to watch on your birthday.
Could you imagine if you got to choose for this round?
Be like I'm surprising you with a birthday present.
Oh yeah, here you go. Happy birthday for watching.
Your choices for your birthday movie are Deadstream. We also have Evil Dead. When Evil Lurks. Wow, you have a great list for your birthday here. The Collector. And The Rental. Do you need a description on any of those?
Actually, no. I've seen all of these.
You've seen them all? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not seen The Rental. I have not seen The Collector.
I've seen The Rental.
That's another Dan Stevens film,
yes.
right?
How'd you know?
Because I looked it up a little bit here.
So I've seen it because Dan Stevens is in it. It's okay. The Collector is kind of like, if I remember correctly, it's like a Saw type movie. It's like if Jigsaw wore bondage and like kidnap people or something. Or
yeah, I just remember a lot of chains.
A lot of
like a dingy basement or something like that.
Torture.
Torture, yeah.
Okay. When Evil Lurks, That is a heavy movie, and I just watched it last year. It's good.
Still recovering.
It's good. I don't know if I want to watch it for my birthday.
Oh.
Evil Dead. Am I assuming this is the original?
Yeah, that's the original.
Okay. Evil Dead or Deadstream. Okay. I do like both of them for my birthday. I think I kind of want to chuckle. And also, you haven't seen this one in its entirety. So I'm going to pick Deadstream.
All right. Deadstream it is.
Like, I know you've watched parts of it, but I actually like this one as far as like the recent slew of found footage movies that have come out. I think Deadstream has a very charismatic main character. So I'm going to go for Deadstream.
All right. And Deadstream, I don't think we have a found footage movie yet. Although Creep is sort of like found footage.
I think Creep is kind of like our found footage.
Okay, so we do have a couple of found footage. That's great.
Yeah.
We already have a couple of classics. We have Saw and Hellraiser.
Yeah.
So.
And Deadstream is our second tally for Shudder.
Shudder coming in strong with its second edition. The 23rd, your hangover birthday.
My hangover. You're just assuming. My hangover from all the tea I'm drinking. All right. 23rd. Are we going to watch American Psycho?
Ooh, we just watched that recently. And that was a movie that had been in my blind spot, sadly. Yeah. And I'm just like, why did I wait all this time to watch such a classic?
Everyone has those movies where it's like, it's the horror classic that you've never seen. American Psycho was Tony's. He had never seen it.
Honestly, Christian Bale was holding me back from watching it a little bit, but he's perfect in that role.
Yeah.
It was great.
If there's one role for Christian Bale.
And a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run, starring Sarah Paulson.
You've seen it?
I've seen it.
I have not seen that one.
Sleepaway Camp.
Another classic.
Mm-hmm. House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, that's one that I've seen, but maybe not like actually watched in its entirety. I feel like with House of a Thousand Corpses, I watched it a long time ago and I've kind of forgotten. Yeah. But also a classic Rob Zombie movie. Yeah. I would say I'm coming around to Rob Zombie movies. I have a newfound appreciation, but historically, especially like when that came out, I wasn't the hugest fan of Rob Zombie.
I feel like Rob Zombie is kind of becoming one of those filmmakers that was like slightly before his time.
Maybe that's what it was.
I think that's what it is. And now that I'm watching them now, like against the backdrop of like Terrified, I feel like Rob Zombie movies, they really are holding their own. I was going to like compare like, you know, David Gordon Green Halloweens versus Rob Zombie Halloweens. I kind of really like Rob Zombie. Anyway, so
that's for another episode.
House of a Thousand Corpses or Amityville Horror.
If there's a movie that is just like, here's a couple that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Great movie, classic movie, but also really awkward to watch. I'm going to have to look to see what Run is all about before I make my decision.
Run is like the girl in the wheelchair.
From 2020, Chloe, a teenager who is confined to a wheelchair, is homeschooled by her mother, Diane. Chloe soon becomes suspicious of her mother and begins to suspect that she may be harboring a dark secret. Her mother has the dark secret?
Her mother has the dark secret, and the girl, Chloe, is in a wheelchair.
You know, I'm gonna go with Rob Zombie. Maybe Rob Zombie's having a little bit of a renaissance, or maybe it's like we're coming around to Rob Zombie a little more. I'm gonna go with House of a Thousand Corpses.
Okay. And that one is streaming on Shudder.
Shudder again. Uh-oh.
They are pulling ahead.
See, I was wondering if Prime would give Shudder a run for its money because Prime is also connected to AMC. However, I kind of had a feeling that
it makes sense.
Shudder,
it's all horror and horror adjacent all the time. Huluween, however, has 0 still.
That's all right. I still have hope for Hulu.
They came out big with their cute title, Huluween. But
all right, Huluween. Let's see if you got it on this. We are on October 24th. All right. I already see we have some heavy hitters here. And I have a feeling that the titles are going to get bigger as we get closer to Halloween. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure exactly how Horror Movie Stills organized it, but I would say that Horror Movie Stills did a great job in making them poignant. October 24th, Bride of Chucky, Ginger Snaps, The Empty Man, Candyman, or The Brood. Wow, this has a lot of great movies there. Here you go. Here's
Can
your
I
list.
use a lifeline for The Empty Man?
The Empty Man. It kind of looks like
Boogeyman?
or like Slender Man or something like that.
That's what it looks like.
Anyways, maybe it's not about that, but that's kind of what comes to mind. So, on the trail of a missing girl, an ex-cop comes across a secretive group attempting to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. It's rated R, but it does kind of look like a teen horror.
It does. I think I remember that trailer. All right. I'm going to say no to Empty Man.
Aw.
Not that I won't watch it eventually. It's between Ginger Snaps and Candyman.
Ooh, okay. That's a tough decision.
24th of October. Do I want to watch Ginger Snaps or Tony Todd in his amazing fur coat with bees in his mouth? I'm assuming this is the original Candyman. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to assume it's the original.
And if we're wrong, oh well. Okay. I'm going to go for Candyman.
Candyman. Oh, that was four times. Don't say it again.
We're good. Picking Tony Todd.
All right.
Tony Todd Man.
A classic. One of our favorite movies.
Yeah. Also really solid score.
And for those who are fans of 90s horror or fans of the 90s, this is quintessential 90s horror.
Those that are a fan of makeout scenes involving bees, like mouths full of bees.
Yes.
This is the one. Oh, and that was streaming on Shudder. Oh my God.
Shudder again, man. Shudder
Killing
is...
it. I feel like we should have put Screambox in this list because it would be interesting to see which Screambox, if it was like Screambox versus Shudder next time.
We are on October 25th and it is my turn. So you get to read them.
You are choosing between Fear Street 1666,
Whoa.
Crimson Peak,
I have no idea what that is.
the Tom Hiddleston one,
That's okay. I'll call my lifeline when we get there.
The Witch,
The Witch. That's with two V's,
two
right?
V's,
Some more eggers.
No One Will Save You, or Opera.
Ooh. All right. I'm curious about Crimson Peak. Okay, Fear Street 1666. I watched the first one. I think it was one that took place in the 90s.
94.
And I'm going to say that although I love Fear Street, it was not for me. It was like a big nostalgia bomb. Like
you mean
they hit me with
you love the series, like the book series?
the books, yeah. Actually, no, I was more of a Goosebumps R.L. Stein. Elise was more of a Fear Street.
I was Fear Street all the way.
Yeah, it's edgier.
Yeah, people died. Kids made out.
Yeah. So I can't say that I had familiarity with Fear Street too much before. Yeah, not a huge fan of the first one, although I am curious about the 1666 because, you know, horror movie period piece. But then we also have horror movie period piece for The Witch and Witch.
Crimson Peak.
I haven't seen The Witch probably in at least like 5 years. What was the one I was going to look up?
Crimson Peak.
Crimson Peak. Oh, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Oh, I didn't know that. So this is probably going to have an element of fantasy, I'm guessing. This came out in 2015 in the aftermath of a family tragedy. An aspiring author is torn between love for her childhood friend and the temptation of a mysterious outsider. Trying to escape the ghosts of her past, she is swept away to a house that breathes, bleeds, and remembers. Maybe a haunted house movie? Supernatural horror, yeah, definitely.
And Tom Hiddleston.
Don't forget about Mia Wasikowska.
Mia and Tom were both in Only Lovers Left Alive.
Oh, that's right. That sounds awesome, but you know, I cannot not watch Opera because that's one of my favorite Dario Argento movies. It is just so good that I just want to watch it every opportunity I get. So that's what we will be watching on the 25th.
And that's a good one leading up to Halloween. It's on Shudder.
Shudder again. Wow. Man, I think maybe Shudder is running away with this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast.
I don't even think we need to tally it at a certain point.
I'm tallying it still.
Still time for a comeback from Hulu.
Shudder could just drop the ball. You never know.
All right, we are on October 26th, getting closer and closer to Halloween. You are going to have the option to watch Death by Temptation, Under the Shadow, The Exorcist, No Exit, or The Mist.
Oh my gosh. Okay, like 3 of these I haven't heard of.
Oh, well, that's good. Maybe this is the time to explore something new.
Death by Temptation.
So I had heard of this title, but it's been a while because this was a 90s movie as well. So this is directed by James Bond III, made in 1990. An evil succubus is preying on libidinous black men in New York City, and all that stands in her way is a minister in training, an aspiring actor, and a cop who specializes in cases involving the supernatural.
Oh, who's in it?
So James Bond III.
Oh,
is
so
the star.
he's the writer, director, and star.
Yeah, Kadeem Hardison, Bill Nunn. This is like classic black cinema horror from the 90s. I remember it, but I don't think I've actually seen it. But yeah, this is definitely one that I am very interested to check out.
Interesting.
It looks pretty cool.
Okay, what's Under the Shadow?
Under the Shadow. Okay, let's look up Under the Shadow.
And I'm going to have to know what No Exit is as well.
Okay, let's start with No Exit because I have it right here.
It sounds like it's an adaptation from the play No Exit.
I don't know, but here's the synopsis. During a blizzard and stranded at an isolated highway rest stop in the mountains, a college student discovers a kidnapped child hidden in a car belonging to one of the people inside.
Okay, that's not.
This was made in 2022.
It sounds kind of like Wind Chill.
Yeah, it looks like one of those movies where people are stuck in a situation, sort of like 27 meters below. I can't remember how many meters was it?
47.
And what was the other one? Under the Shadow. Okay. Was made in 2016. It's a PG-13 horror. As a mother and daughter struggle to cope with the terrors of the post-revolution, war-torn Tehran of the 1980s, a mysterious evil begins to haunt their home.
Okay.
So this looks like an Iranian horror movie. So that's cool.
You know what? I feel like I've seen parts of that one. I am curious about Death by Temptation. It's between Death by Temptation or The Exorcist.
What a choice.
I know, because I love The Exorcist so much. And I feel like I'm going to have to pick The Exorcist.
I mean, I feel like you gotta.
I gotta. It's like, yeah, so close to Halloween. I have to watch it. And I just rewatched Exorcist 3 recently because it came on Shudder. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go back and watch the other one. Okay. That's on Max.
Max, all right.
Oh, Death by Temptation's on Shudder. It got very close to getting one more point.
We'll just watch that after Halloween at some point.
So November 1st.
Yeah.
Death by Temptation.
We are going to definitely have a little bit of a Reagan puking Halloween.
Can't have Halloween without
split
Reagan.
pea soup. That's what we'll eat for dinner that night. We'll eat some split pea soup.
I like theme nights.
Yeah. We're at October 27th.
27th.
What do we got?
Wendell and Wild.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
No, I have not heard of that.
Halloween Kills.
Oh, okay. We got some David Gordon Green.
Yeah. So that's the second in the DGG installation. Yeah. Haunt. I don't think you've seen that one.
I have not seen Haunt. I think this came up last year where we told ourselves that we were going to watch it before this Halloween, but we failed on that assignment.
I've seen Haunt.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Haunt.
Hell House LLC.
I do really like that. There are some creepy clowns.
There are some nice clowns in that one. And Malignant.
Okay, we started
it, but because we were watching it when we were on vacation and then we had to go and we didn't have access to the last 5 minutes.
Wait, we watched all the way to the last 5 minutes?
Yes.
But that's like what everybody talks about is the end
I
of
know.
Malignant.
And so we've been like really trying to not let the last 5 minutes spoiled for us. We were on a time crunch. We really had to leave and we didn't get to watch the last 5 minutes.
All right. Well, I'll choose Malignant because we need to finish this one.
Thank you. I've been searching for it. I'm just like, I don't know how
Was
to
it
watch
not available on streaming for a while? Because sometimes on streaming, things will shuffle around and, it'll leave the streaming site and then come back to the streaming site. Tubi does this all the time.
I feel like wherever we watched it, I think it was on Showtime and we don't have Showtime normally.
Oh, so yeah, it was like on at a hotel room.
It was at a hotel and we're like watching it and we had to leave like right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's on Max.
Max. Okay,
that's
that makes
exciting.
sense. It's on HBO.
Okay, good. I'm so glad I can finally watch Malignant.
Yeah, we do have a Max subscription, I think like through one of our phones or friends or, you know.
We don't have it.
There's so many streaming sites out there, and however you get your streaming site, whether you're sharing it with someone,
Sharing is caring.
We're not going to tell. We get a lot through our phone subscriptions these days, which is cool.
Yeah.
Shudder.
That's like the one that we actually paid for.
Some of the other ones,
we are borrowing. So we get to borrow Malignant on Max. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So don't spoil what happens at the end of Malignant between now and the 27th, please.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We are at October 28th. Elise, it is your turn. These are your options. 3 days to Halloween.
3 more days till Halloween. I just really wanted to sing that Silver Shamrock song.
Yeah. All right. So your options are House of the Devil, a Ty West classic.
That is a classic.
Spirit Halloween, which I believe you watched last year.
I did. You didn't watch it
And
with me.
I remember chuckling about this movie.
You were in the
last
other
year.
room. You weren't even watching it with me.
Well, when we talked about it on our Halloween Spooktacular, I was just like, really? Spirit Halloween? What haven't they invaded? They invaded all of our empty buildings around town, and now they are invading our movie selections.
Yeah.
Maxine.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if this is the day that it's dropping on streaming.
Oh,
Maybe,
interesting.
yeah, I don't
Could be.
know when that drops. Maybe that's the first day it's available on streaming. His House, which I've heard of, also on my list. I have not seen it yet.
I don't know that one.
And then we have a total classic here, Night of the Living Dead.
Ooh.
Some zombie action, maybe.
Okay, Lifeline for His House.
His House. I know you've heard of this one. This is from 2020. It is a refugee couple makes a harrowing escape from war-torn South Sudan. They struggle to adjust to their new life in an English town that has an evil lurking beneath the surface. I actually know what streaming site this is on, but I've seen the thumbnail for it, and I've almost clicked on it so many times.
His House. I've watched Maxine fairly recently, so I'm going to say no. Sorry, Spirit. No to you.
What?
In fact, it just fell out of my hand by accident. That was a sign.
How did that happen?
It's between His House and House of the Devil, the two House movies, because House of the Devil gives me a very Halloween feel. I don't think it even occurs during Halloween.
It's
but
definitely a fall movie.
It's definitely a fall movie. And Ty West does that he does a great job of giving you that like nostalgic Halloween 78 feeling.
It's not like the Fear Street version of setting something back in the 80s. I think it was 80s for House of the Devil.
Yeah,
like
I think you're right.
Or something like
I think
that.
you're right. But it still gives you that like nice nostalgic shot on film feeling. She's got like a Walkman or something. No, it's cool.
Yes, that's what the movie's about.
It's about
someone walking around with
Jocelyn
a Walkman.
Donahue has a Walkman. She dances around the house. That's all you need to know. It is a nice movie. His House, I haven't seen it. We have a lot of heavy hitters already that we're watching. I will throw this to something that I haven't seen. But the House of the Devil is nice and spooky. I'm going to go. Wait, did you say His House is PG-13?
It's TV 14.
TV 14. So I have to be 14 years old to watch this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to save this for another time.
All right.
And I'm going to pick House of the Devil.
Good choice.
Okay. Oh, and that one is on Shudder.
Another selection for Shudder.
Oh, His House is on Netflix. Sorry, Netflix.
I've heard good things about it, though.
You have?
So we definitely have to watch it shortly after Halloween.
Okay, November 2nd.
We are on October 29th. The Spooktacular Showdown continues. What movie is going to come with us to our Spooktacular Haunted House?
2 more
And
days till
we will watch
Halloween.
before Halloween. What are my choices?
You are choosing between Hellfest.
I have not heard of that. Have you?
Yes, I always get confused between Hellfest and Haunt.
There's
Those
a
two
lot of
are like
movies.
interchangeable to me.
Okay, because I was going to say there's a lot of movies with the word hell in it, like Hell Night, Hell House.
I feel
Hellfest.
I think Hellfest has a similar premise to Haunt. Could be wrong though.
Okay.
Hellraiser.
We already have Hellraiser.
Oh.
There are some doubles because it's probably from a different streaming site.
Carnival of Souls.
I actually love this movie. It is an absolute classic.
House on Haunted Hill and The Ritual.
Wow. Okay. House on Haunted Hill. It's been so long since I've seen that. But that is an absolute classic. Carnival of Souls is also really great. We already have Hellraiser on our list, so we can get rid of that one.
Hellraiser can go away.
The Ritual, that's like one of those movies that I feel like I've seen. A group of old college friends reunite for a trip to a most dangerous country in Europe. Sweden. Yeah, who would have known? Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Encountering a menacing presence there stalking them. Do we need some backwoods horror in our list? I have to look up Hellfest because I do not know what Hellfest is about. From 2018, rated R, a masked serial killer turns a horror-themed amusement park into his own personal playground. So yeah, that does sound like Haunt.
Yeah.
Terrorizing a group of friends while the rest of the patrons believe that it is all part of the show. Sounds interesting. However, I think I am going to go with a classic choice here. And I think we're going to go with House on Haunted Hill.
Ooh.
I don't think we have a black and white movie yet. I'm assuming that this is the 1959 version of House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price. Also, like, what spooky season wouldn't be complete? Or wait,
what spooky season would be complete without a Vincent Price film?
Yeah, I was like going into double and triple negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need Vincent Price in Halloween.
Yeah,
in any situation.
You need his voice in something.
Yes.
Cool. So we get to watch House on Haunted Hill.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
The 29th.
Yes. We have 2 days left.
2 days left. One day before the day. So on Halloween Eve, what are my choices?
Is this All Hallows Eve? Is All Hallows Eve on the 30th? Or is Halloween just another way of saying All Hallows Eve? I think
Halloween is All Hallows Eve. So this is All Hallows Eve Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
October 30th.
Yeah.
What are we going to watch here?
Oh, wait, I forgot to tell you. House on Haunted Hill is on Shudder.
Oh, we missed that. Okay, cool.
Our 13th movie.
13th movie. You have your option of Fright Night, Time Cut, a new release.
That is a new release.
Yeah. Time traveling slasher movie.
Yeah, not totally killer. It's Time Cut.
Hell House LLC, which I think didn't quite make the cut in a previous round.
Yeah.
But it has a second chance.
Second chance.
Ghost Watch. Great found footage.
That is good.
About ghosts. And in case you're
watches.
Curious. Yeah. It's about watching ghosts.
It's about watches.
Or Jennifer's Body. Wow.
Okay. This is the night before Halloween. I am interested in Time Cut, but not the night before Halloween. I'm sorry.
I think we had mentioned in a previous episode that Time Cut would be great for teens who want to watch a horror movie, but
they can't go trick-or-treating and they had to stay at home and hand out candy, but turn on Time Cut because it just came out. So I think
maybe their parents are strict about horror movies. So this one is probably not going to be
like, you can't watch
gory.
Terrifier, but you can watch Time Cut. I'm not going to watch Time Cut on the 30th.
Damn.
I might watch it eventually. I'm going to say no to Hell House LLC. If it didn't make it in a previous round, it's not going to be good enough for my 30th.
We've seen it a bunch of times recently. So
I love Jennifer's Body. Oof. Okay. I do like Ghost Watch. However, we have a couple other found footage type movies on our list already. We have Creep, we have Deadstream. So I'm going to say no to Ghost Watch, Jennifer's Body, or Fright Night. Oh my gosh.
I have actually never seen Fright Night. That's another one of my horror blind spots.
And this is one that I've only seen half of. Another one of those. Because I was watching half of it and I was on the couch and I was snoozy and I fell asleep.
So it's both of our blind spots.
It's both of our blind spots. So do I want to pick the 30th to finish this movie? Probably not. I'm going to pick Jennifer's Body.
Oh,
Love Jennifer's Body. It's such a solid movie. Love Low Shoulder, that douchey band that plays through the trees or whatever.
it's great. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Fright Night, a classic vampire
That's another
movie.
classic.
We're gonna get to it eventually.
We'll get to it. I'll finish the rest of it eventually.
It's probably one of the most well-known movies that I have not seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jennifer's Body, you can't go wrong with Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried and Diablo Cody at her best. Karen Kasama. Oh, such a good movie. That's on Hulu.
Wow. Hulu snuck in there in the clutch with Jennifer's Body. All right. We don't have to cancel Hulu now.
Don't got to cancel Hulu. Good job, Hulu.
And that brings us to actual Halloween. This is Halloween night, which I believe is on a Thursday.
Ooh, and you get to pick.
I get the choice for the Halloween movie that we will be watching.
0 days till Halloween because it's Halloween. What are we watching, Tony, on the day? Is it gonna be
the day or the evening? I don't know. Do we have solid plans for Halloween yet?
We are filming another episode. We're getting back to you about what we watched. Just kidding. Are we gonna watch Sleepy Hollow?
Okay.
Trick or Treat?
I have a feeling I know what the theme of this round of movies are.
You think they're all on Halloween?
Yeah, I think they're all movies that take place on actual Halloween.
Does Sleepy Hollow take place on Halloween? I mean, he is like a pumpkin head, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think all the Sleepy Hollow stories.
Horseman.
I used to watch that Sleepy Hollow cartoon.
The Disney cartoon?
Yeah.
That was scary.
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to watch that every Halloween.
Ichabod Crane. That was a catchy tune. Late Night with the Devil.
Love it. And
That's
congrats to David Dastmalchian, who just
won.
Yeah, just won for Best Lead in a Horror Movie in the Chainsaw.
Fangoria Chainsaw Awards.
Yeah.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Definitely takes place on Halloween. Has a great opener.
Does have a good opener. Or Cobweb.
I remember there being a lot of pumpkins in that one. Although I think that's around Halloween.
Like the family owned a pumpkin patch and they did eventually lead up to Halloween. They got there.
And we did see this in theaters. Yeah, it was decent.
I think it was like a decent PG-13 horror movie.
Yeah, for PG-13, that would be one that I would definitely go for.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Late Night with the Devil.
Wow.
And that is because I want to rewatch this movie. I haven't seen it since we saw it in the theater. It's a great movie and I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a great Halloween movie that's appropriate to kind of our taste. Trick or Treat is great because it does kind of capture the essence of trick or treating, and the villain, what's his name?
Sam.
Sam is a super cute villain.
He's so cute.
And very evil.
And I love that it's okay. So actually my choice would have been, and not to like negate your choice because I do like Late Night with the Devil, but my choice would have been Trick or Treat because it's an anthology and we don't have an anthology on our list yet. And it like oozes Halloween.
That is true.
It oozes blood, guts, and candy Halloween like throughout the thing. And it's great because you can pause it in between and like, pass out candy, do Halloween things or whatever. And you don't feel like you're like ruining the movie by pausing it halfway through.
Yes. I was tempted to go with it, but I have a feeling we watched that last Halloween.
Yeah.
We might have watched it either on actual Halloween or maybe the night before Halloween.
I watch it every year.
Yeah.
But Late Night with the Devil is great. So, that's on Shudder.
Shudder, another one for Shudder.
Okay. So I don't think we even need to say who won. It's obviously Peacock. Just kidding. It's Shudder.
Although I want to say that if Tubi was on this list, I have a feeling that it would have made a strong run at Shudder.
Well, we don't know. We didn't put Mubi on here. Mubi could have taken the cake.
That's true.
My beef with Tubi is that I just can't stand the commercials. I have too much ADHD to want to come back after like 5 commercials that have gone on.
Yeah.
But I do love that Tubi has such a wide range of movies that you can choose from that aren't on many of the other streaming sites.
Well, and it's free, so everybody can watch it.
Tubi's for everyone.
Yeah.
But I just, my ability to pay attention is not strong. So that's why I don't watch Tubi. But
I love Tubi.
Tony loves Tubi. Shudder has taken the lead with 8 movies that we're going to watch from Shudder in this fortnight before Halloween.
I might have been able to guess that before.
Yeah. Max, actually, including our practice round, has 3.
That makes sense. They have some big franchises on Max. I think they have the rights to Universal, I want to say.
All
yeah.
Right. I don't know. And then tied in 3rd or last place is Netflix, Hulu, and Prime. They each got 1.
I'm surprised by Prime because they do have a pretty good selection as well.
Now I am kind of curious if we had all 10 of these sites on our list. If we had to choose from like 10 movies each round, that would have been way too long though. But who knows? Maybe we just didn't give Peacock, Paramount Plus, Screenbox, or Criterion Collection or Mubi a chance.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Peacock has some pretty good selections as well.
Screenbox probably has some good ones too.
Yeah.
Dang it. Missed opportunity. Anyway, to recap, starting with the 18th of October, we are watching Saw, and then Hellraiser, and then Creep, then Oddity. Then on the 22nd, my birthday, we're watching Deadstream, and then House of a Thousand Corpses, then Candyman, Opera, The Exorcist on the 26th, and then we're finishing Malignant on the 27th, then House of the Devil, The House on Haunted Hill, Jennifer's Body on Halloween Eve, and Late Night with the Devil on Halloween.
That's right. And let us not forget that we're also probably going to watch Halloween on Halloween because we always watch Halloween.
I was going to ask you what else, because we're going to watch several movies on Halloween. It's a Thursday. I don't think we have plans yet.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch a bunch of movies. What else are we going to watch on Halloween?
You know, throw Trick or Treat in there.
Yes. We're also watching Trick or Treat, and we're watching Halloween 78. And you know what? I haven't seen the David Gordon Green Halloween movies in a while. I might course through those.
That might be too many. I think we can get through 2 or 3 for sure.
Well, I'll watch his first one.
Yeah, and this is on a Thursday, so
it's been a while since I've seen that first one of DGG. So we'll watch Late Night with the Devil, Halloween 78, Trick or Treat, and maybe if we have time, the DGG 2018.
We'll see about that one. I might be sleeping by then.
I won't be. I'll watch it.
All right. So that was our streaming that was, what do you call that?
That was our Halloween streaming showdown.
Our spooktacular. Thank you so much for joining us. We do want to hear about your selections. So feel free to put in the comments, or you can just message us or email us if you don't want to make those public. Let us know if your list aligned with ours or what you will be watching in the fortnight before Halloween.
Or is there any date in particular that you're like, no, you really should have gone with this other one? I want to know. And what are your reasons? Also on Halloween, because I know you're going to be watching several movies too, what are your Halloween must watches?
Yeah.
And what are you dressing up as? What do you dress as right now?
Just send us a picture of your list while you are dressed in costume.
Don't send us a picture. I'm afraid of what kind of can of worms that might open. Just tell us.
Send us your nudes.
No, what?
You have to cut that.
Send us an emoji of what you're going to dress as. If there's an emoji of your costume, that would be cool.
If you have liked what you heard and or have seen, please give us a like, follow, rating. Send us a message on Instagram. Send us an email, guttedhorrorpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff, we would love to hear from you.
Have fun streaming.
Have fun streaming out there. And thanks again to Horror Movie Stills for compiling such an epic list of movies to watch on every streaming site that offers horror movies.
Thank you for watching and or listening. This has been another episode of
Gutted.